So, Dr. Patricia, something I thought about that I wanted to pick maybe an insight from you. Because normally, there are people who have been successful in life, but when you make a background check on what they do, literally they have nothing they are doing. But because they have had a lot of people, the way they have treated people, there are ways they receive things. Like you find yourself owning something, you find yourself being treated to something that will surprise your society. But the way you're going to answer this question, I want to first have your perspective on this. What is your experience, especially when attending wedding meetings, where there are contributions?
You started with wedding meetings. First of all, what wedding meetings have evolved to, they've reached a point of irritation for me at a personal level. Let me even start by this example. So recently, someone who I've engaged with virtually, we've never met, but because of my work, you know, they reach out, ask for information. So they send a message, hello, and I'm like, hello, long time. I'm like, well, I'm always available. How can I help? I was just checking on you. And then in under...
What time was the message?
In under 5 minutes. It was about 3 p.m.
Okay.
In under 5 minutes...
Others send like in the night.
In under 5 minutes, they said, oh, by the way, I'm getting married. I'm like, oh, congratulations. Who's the lucky lady? You know, just having conversation and being polite.
I get you.
Like, oh, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I would like to send you an invitation to my wedding. He thought he was being clever. And then I'm like, no, please no. Like, no, I would like you to really be there. I'm like, please don't waste the invitation. Give it to someone else who will actually make it. Trying to be polite. But on this side, I was asking myself, but really, I don't know you. I don't know you. Even if I had met him professionally, for me, weddings are supposed to be an intimate thing. So we've sort of lost the picture of what a wedding. Maybe Kwanjula now is the nearest, but it is also losing track. It's very intimate. Your family, your very, very close friend. That's why you see they even restrict those numbers when they are hosting you to 30, 20 people, sometimes even 10 people. So who are your 10 closest? Okay, who are your 50 closest? But really, sometimes we have thousands of guests. And while it might be useful, it isn't. So you see, when I rejected the invitation, said, okay, despite that, I would like you to make a contribution.
Hey, the conversation continued even after
Which was
rejection.
The original target in my assessment. I could be wrong, beating around the bush. They just wanted me to contribute. But even there are people who I once knew, but we've not talked for over 20 years. We've really lost touch. Then suddenly they appear in your inbox and they want a wedding, what? They want a wedding contribution. And for me, one of the most annoying...
of an invitation.
No. Now, people you've known before don't even pretend around. They just say, I'm wedding, please contribute. Yes. And then there are those who first send the invitation and say if you can contribute. Now, other people say, well, it's not mandatory. Yes, it isn't. But the way it comes off, they put you in an awkward place. And then when you decide, let me go, they really want to milk you. You don't even have money to go home, finding you for appearing, finding you for wearing yellow, finding you for wearing red, finding you for glancing at your neighbor. Oh, there are so many fines. Chairman's bag, secretary's bag.
You have done strongly.
And then the bride and groom cannot even buy the hanky for the groom. Really?
Everything is included
so
in
if
the
we
budget.
didn't contribute any of these, would you wed or not? Based on your set date. So we've lost direction a bit. But that connects to what you actually ask. If we look at weddings,
let's first get back to the way you rejected the invitation. Because there are people who do actually understand the problem, but there are those who would say, no, Patricia is just being pride. proud.
No, I understood the problem that they need resources, but for me, for a wedding, if I have no relationship with you, please don't come, because I am not a bank. I also have my own responsibilities
So
that
now,
I'm struggling
what kind
with.
of
You have
relationship?
no business.
What kind of relationship? Now that's where the point I would love, because
And there are many types of relationships.
and there are many types of relationships.
Yes.
So now what?
Now for the wedding, we need to be close friends,
Mm.
genuinely close friends, and a relative who is close to me.
A relative who is close.
Yes, because we have those scenarios where you hear, you see normally, like all of us, we have uncles, aunties, you'll find that it is your grandparents, my grandparent and your grandparent, where the connection starts. And then your family tree deviates in that direction, mine deviates in that graduation. 4 generations later, they're telling you, Patricia,
Actually,
we have seen that you're now this person in government. And you know, people don't know that I'm so poorly paid. That's the most amazing thing. But when I appear on TV, people just see dollar signs above my head. When I talk about energy, minerals, gold. Actually, ever since I went to Agagai, I'm in trouble. They think I'm walking around with gold and lots of money. So now people start appearing out of nowhere and say, I'm so-and-so's daughter, I'm so-and-so's uncle, I'm so-and-so's what? Don't you remember the other time when you came to Baraba? Your mother introduced you to me. It doesn't ring a bell, but sometimes the name rings a bell. And they want
the
this,
man who
this
was
and
putting
that.
on a kanzu and passed by. Don't you remember that? I am the one who brought the saucepan.
And there were so many people
now
who
you
did
try
that sort of function.
Yes.
Yes, but anyway, so you find that there's that black tax. There's the black tax reappearing.
That's the best one.
Yes, there's the black tax. And while it's a social responsibility, while it's a cultural, social safeguards that should help network, I think we have abused it. We've gone beyond where we should stop. And that's why you even see when your 3-year-old has a birthday and there's a small cake and you dare post it on your poster. Yes, there are people who are joking, hey, cake, you didn't invite us. Then there are people who are angry that you never invited them to cut your son's cake, and they will show you signs of revenge. Even cases where you should interface, the cake will come up. The other time you did not even do what? You did not even invite me for your son's whatever. But it was something, no! From the images, it wasn't something small. And so on and so forth. You even invited so and so, I thought I was a better friend. So there are challenges. But for me, those relationships matter. But we should know which relationship is important for what. There are those biological relationships of parents, of grandparents, of aunties, uncles. How do you relate with them? There are siblings. Some people don't talk to any of their siblings. And there are always reasons why this happens. Sometimes maybe you are close, then something happens, you grow apart and things like that. Then there are people you went with to school. There are those who really become like brothers and sisters. They are very close. You share a lot professionally, socially. You'd be in each other's space. So you would help them in certain ways. Then there are those professional relationships that you've nurtured at work or as a professional. So me, Patricia, who has maybe been through the ranks in communication, when we are not close, what do you come to me for? Maybe I would be best for mentoring you.
Yes.
As an upcoming person in this field, I'd be best as a referee. I'd be best for pointing you in a certain direction. But I wouldn't be the best person for your wedding or kwanjura. Yes. I even know colleagues who in our nature of work, maybe I'm organizing a presidential commissioning or ground, and then I work with certain ministers, certain MPs and what, and in a month's time my son is wedding or I'm wedding. Then you find me sending them invitations to contribute and to attend. Really? No.
Actually,
there I am out of order.
Actually, there are people you will meet on the way. Okay, like normally we move with Juma to different places to do a shoot or recordings. So you ask someone for a contact. Then immediately after 2 hours, the person says, hello, brother. You say, but we've just met. How can I be your brother immediately?
Okay. Maybe that one of brother, there are people who use those languages. Now, beyond saying hello, brother, what else did they ask or say? For me, that's where the problems come. But again,
Because
you're right.
after hello brother, the next, after 2-3 days, I think, can you lend me like 100K?
Yes, you're right. And sometimes I feel some people are too familiar. Like you said, hello, brother, really? Eh? Oh, this young person, you've come to me for professional help. And you're like, my dear sweetheart, you know, eh? I can use that with a close friend. But there are people who come... I'm really like, do you know me? Do I? Now for me, the way I was trained, someone who's older than me, who's senior to me, I'll say madam, sir, or their professional titles. Yes, now the younger people have no problem just Patricia-ing me. And I'm always like, Dr. Patricia Litho. I am trying to correct you that, no, don't call me Patricia. We don't know each other. Even me, I would be calling you Miss Patricia.
Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Daniel. Because we are not familiar to each other, it's a professional. But if the relationship changes, or if myself I say, no, it is okay. Yeah, you can just call me this. Then it is okay. So I think that line has been blurred. Social media has also blurred those lines. There are people who give you a friend request, and they can even take offense that I sent you a friend request 6 months ago. You've never what? They might not attack you online, but you might meet at a workshop, and you actually don't know them. But also sometimes you're very careful on who you accept. Now you see the younger people really are obsessed with numbers, how many followers and how many likes. Now people like me are a bit more cautious on who I'm accepting as a friend. So sometimes you see, because I wear many hats, so if you approach me from maybe a gender media angle, maybe I will accept. Or if you approach me, as I look at your profile, maybe a communication communication student, maybe I'll accept. But then there's someone who is totally out of my sphere, asking for a friend request. Hello, dear. Some people, sometimes we post something, and it's an official thing, and they come to inbox and are like, I like your photo. I like the way you smile. And you can see where, I'm an old woman, I'm 50 plus. I know where those lines are going. So I'm like, I don't appreciate. And of course, men, being men, they'll say, no, you're misunderstanding me, you're reading wrong. But I'm like, no. I'm an old woman. I can see when you're being too familiar. I can sense when you're being too familiar. 99% I am correct. Yes. Yes, I can see when you're being too familiar. And I'm like, no, I don't like the way you're talking to me.
So, in regards to how you choose the people you relate with, what are some of those things that actually you'll consider that at least this person should be in my circle? Because normally, some people tend to be proud that you have a lot of people. You find someone saying, no, I have a lot of people who are around me, who are close to me. Then after, when you have a certain challenge or problem, that's when you realize that actually you
have no friends.
Even your mother is not your friend.
Yes. Like the story of Irene Namubiru, the one she's been sharing. When you say that,
my mother knows it well.
Not only do you find out your mother is not your friend, you find out your mother is one of those people who have been plotting your downfall. You see, there's people being aloof, and then there's people being part of the plan for your downfall. Yeah, those moments are very surprising and shocking. I've gone through it myself when I lost my job. But luckily for me, I've never cared for numbers. I care for quality. The nature of my work is such that I interact with so many people, but I've always had 2 or 3 friends who are female. Then I have a lot of male friends. I believe in quality, so people I allow very close to me. I really like 2 females. Yes, I interact with a lot of females, but we interact differently. Yes, so there's quality of friends. And you think, okay, I have these 5 friends, and then they disappear. They disappear from you. So when you overcome that challenge, you know, there's no permanent situation. You learn how to relate differently. But also there are those people you never really appreciated as friends, and then you realize, oh, all along they're actually the genuine friends. So you appreciate that better, nurture it better. But you also learn nobody really cares about you and your problems. Even those ones, there's where they stop. Yes, 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 yes. And you know, people, I also learned that people have no shame. We're really shameless human beings. Because for me, I went through a restructuring process. I used to work at Rail Electrification Agency, and were closed down, the government merge and, you know, rationalization. And so I was out of formal work for 2 years. So of course, mostly if you're out of formal work, people don't know if you have resources or not, but mostly you don't. So once in a while, a good consultancy comes up, you stabilize a bit and things like that. Unfortunately for me, when I came back to the job market, it was my current position where I'm an assistant commissioner in government. People reappeared from nowhere. For the 2 years, my phone was not ringing. For the 2 years, my phone was not ringing. But suddenly,
I think they didn't have airtime.
Yeah, yeah. But suddenly they have airtime for me. But also I had learned. So there's a way I am, and some people have told me, hey, Patricia, you have changed. I'm like, oh yes, experience teaches you. Experience teaches you. But I know what they're insinuating. So they expected me to go back to the other old person. I used to throw a lot of parties at my home and what. That one died forever. Whether I can afford or not, I no longer do it. I'm like, what happened? I'm like, I moved on. People change. Normally, that's my answer. People change. To grow is to change. That's no longer my priority. But really, it's that experience that taught me that, and the number of celebrants.
So Juma normally tells me in the Luganda word at Vidalamu.
Yes, it's a little different.
It's a little different.
So you know, people come up and share with you of who celebrated this. They said you're very arrogant, you are this, you are that, you deserve it. And for me, what surprised me the most is some of the people who have helped the most, especially financially. And financially, it shouldn't matter, but it matters. Because remember, your money, you had saved it to do something else. So you go out of your way to help someone who you thought really had a problem. And then someone starts saying that, you deserved it, you had a lot of money, you're arrogant, you're not giving enough. But for you, what have you given me? I actually had this weird scenario that I want to share that I've remembered. One day I was walking on the street and I met a classmate of mine. Former classmate, we had been together in O-level and I last saw her in S4. You can imagine. I last saw her in S4. We met on the streets and, you know, we're exchanging, what are you doing, what? Oh, me, I'm doing this, what? So she painted a certain scenario that was not so good. Of course, life happens and we are not at the same level. So she started coming to my office every morning and just sitting there. Yes. Then I would give her tea. You know, initially, give her tea, give her what, sharing problems. Then she has no transport to go home. But I don't know where you're coming from at this time of the morning. Give her a 5, give her a 10. Says the kids have no, whatever. So sometimes I would literally shop and say, oh, I have something for you, they can't give her. And then she started showing me, she doesn't want the shopping because she struggles to carry them. She has no car like me, emphasizing. So she would rather I gave her the money
to go and do the shopping.
So you give, then said, oh, she needs a computer to apply, I don't know for what. Fast forward. She was applying for a course at Chambogo. Maybe it will change her odds. Even her own sisters threw her out. I don't know, the man disappeared. Those life challenges. So I give her some money to start off the course. She disappears. Then she comes back.
After how long?
Like about a year and a half. That now she has exams. She's unable to do exams because of this. She wanted so much money. Then I said, but you've borrowed money from me before and didn't pay back. Said, hey, but you're giving that. No. There's money I gave you based on my own decision. Then there's money you borrow. For me, even if you borrow 1,000, I want it back. You said, lend me.
Because it's
but if you ask for support, it's different. I can even give you my 1 million. But I have decided to give it to you. But if you say lend me, my dear, I want my 1,000 back. Because you don't know what I was going to do with
Juma,
it.
when we leave here, you give me my 4,000. Okay.
Yes. So She wanted help, so she wanted 1.2 and what? So I told her, no, I can only afford 300,000 because she had a lot of my money. My dear, after some time I met one of my real close friends now, and she told me I met so and so, and she said, you're very arrogant, you what? You think you have arrived, whatever happened to you, you deserve it because you know. Yes, so people surprise you. So yes, it's important to learn this lesson early enough. Me, I wish I'd learned this lesson early in life, but it's also okay that I learned it when I did. No, we've never met, unfortunately.
Up to now?
Yeah, fortunately. Yes, because if I met her, I would tell her off. But I would want to tell her off when the other colleague is around. Actually, told this friend, you tell her Patricia said this. That she's shocked you're the one saying this because you have a lot of her money. But I'm sure this is not unique to me. A lot of us have these strange stories of people who exploit us. Because maybe we seem to be better off. And, you know, it might not only be financially. Yeah, sometimes we have colleagues who
manipulate,
who want a place to stay, then they refuse to leave your house, you know? And, you know, it's a struggle to get them out of your house. So there are those many scenarios where people abuse. Actually, that friend of mine made me appreciate those offices you go to where there's a barrier at the reception and you're not allowed to have a visitor inside your office. They are not allowed to enter. If you want to talk to them, come and sit there at the reception.
Then after they leave.
I used to complain, but you know, after that experience, I was like, you know what? Yeah, I appreciate that. So there's that kind of relationship. Then there are those relationships that are professional, not just our workplaces, but also, for instance, I'll give you an example. When we were constructing, or any project you might be doing, you know, I got to meet architects, I got to meet builders, I got to meet tilers, you know, painters, you know, there are different kinds. And some of them later became my friends or my preferred professional people that I will recommend to other people. So those kind of relations, there's a different way we relate. Also, them, I don't expect them to go beyond that professional relationship, because I've had some, because now they're doing some work for me, they get to meet my parents and what, like my mom is very friendly, then you find one of these people said, oh, by the way, your mom is complaining that, you know, you people, you don't visit her, you don't watch, she even needs money for her medicine. Recently, I actually had a scenario where I told this guy, literally in Uganda, how you would say, maybe you'll be yingidemu. Because you don't know what I do for my mother.
Concern you.
Now my mother is complaining.
What if I'm planning something in 5 years?
Do you know that yesterday I did something for my mother in relation to that, and now you're saying my mother is complaining what I should do? I literally told him, you've entered this as well. I thought me and you, we are focusing on
other things.
Yeah, painting the house. How did you? Yeah. No, I was offended, and I told him, you know what? You're going to chase me away.
You almost told him to, okay, you let her be your mother.
No, I just told him, please, stay out of that. My relationship with you is this. Never, ever, ever talk to me again about my family things, me and my mother, me and my father. No. It's not your place. And maybe sometimes they're giving you valid advice, but I don't like it. I don't like it, and for me, I will tell you. So sometimes I lose friends like that, because for me, I'm very transparent about how I feel. And showing you where the boundary line is. So if you cross the line, I'll tell you, hey, you've crossed the line, and then you get upset.
I know there are a lot of people outside there who know Dr. Patricia, and even those who don't know her but have people who have similar experiences like what she has shared with us today. But strictly to those who know her and you have a perception that she is stingy, ask yourself why.
You know, I am laughing.
To your side, you might think she is stingy, but there are other people who appreciate her services. So it depends on what we are talking about now. I'm laughing because so put yourself in the right shoes.
No, I've had people saying I don't help, but I've not had a lot of people saying I'm stingy. I've had people saying I've refused to help. No. I think I'm not a stingy person naturally, but I can opt not to be part of a process. There are processes I don't believe in, but when I believe in, now like a sensitive area like church, I'm very active in development contribution. But there are things that I don't believe in. Yes, like tithe. I believe it's misinterpreted. There are others I might say and people get offended. So for me, I come from that very traditional church arrangement. You know, I used to think I'm not traditional, but as I grow old, I realize I am. I prefer the old Anglican church way of doing things, the old Catholic church way of doing things, that you come to pray, you give offertory, there are moments for Thanksgiving, and then if there's a project, you contribute. But these days, there are all types and manners of things you have to contribute to in different shapes, different names, that I feel a bit uncomfortable about.
And normally
So maybe people will think I'm stingy in those scenarios, yes.
And by the way, you'll even have to ask yourself, if money is lost on your side, why do you think it cannot be lost on Patricia's side?
Yes, there are people I ask to lend me money and they burst out laughing and said, you, Patricia, to borrow money, you're joking, you're just testing me. I'm like, why would I go out of my way to borrow money if I had it? I genuinely need you to lend me money. And they just refuse and say, I'm joking, I'm testing them. Like, okay, you pass the test then. But then you realize they would never give you the money because they outrightly refuse. Yes, then of course I have my usual trusted people who I can go to when I want to borrow money. And I think they also understand I genuinely need it, and they can also come to me, yes, when they need to borrow money. We always have those people. But then there are those people, yeah, like I'm not expected to borrow. Really, you borrowing? Yeah, but what do I have? Or sometimes you've had a moment in life where you had some resources, then you have your investments. But it doesn't mean every day you have that money. I'll give you a simple example. And sometimes when you give those examples, people think you're showing off. One time I was on NBS and I said something, and the inbox messages I got that I'm showing off because of the example I gave. But you know, like many times you negotiate either with a boda or a special hire, Uber, whatever, where you're going, and you agree on a certain price. But many times when people get to my home, they said, oh, I even asked you little money, yeah? Because of the way I've arranged my things. But I don't have that money every day, and it also took me years to get my property where it is. I didn't just say, let there be a house, and there was a house. No. I even remember, like, we acquired the land, paused for about 3 years. Did a foundation, disappeared for 2 years, and my neighbors, that's one of my neighbors, to keep an eye on the property, would always say, but now this slab that you've built, the grass is even beginning to appear. Will you ever do it? And you know how you build ring beam, then you disappear. So you know you're plotting your thing stages, at that point you think you can just achieve this overnight. But now when the thing has come together, someone just think it happened overnight, and so they always expect that you have resources. No. It's always a process. I mean, it's just like work experience. You go to school, you work hard, you've been tried and tested, what?
Yes.
And then people think you just woke up and you're in that position. Yes, and I think that's one of the complaints people have about very young people today, who on the day they graduate, they want a car, they want a house, they want what? They want it all in one day. But it's a process to put your skills together, to hone those skills, to be corrected by more senior people. Sometimes they are wrong, but most times they are correct. So we should learn to listen to that feedback. So talking about relationships, there's also that kind of relationship, being nurtured, following in the footsteps of someone. Me, I have been nurtured by more experienced women in certain things. And you know, it's just like a teacher who taught you maths in primary. Then you come and bypass them and become the prime minister. Yes? Yes. It doesn't mean that because someone nurtured you, you can't go beyond them. So professionally, there are people I look up to. There are even younger people I look up to. And sometimes when I reach out to them for help, especially these new technologies, social media, one of the first people I reached out to, like, Dr. Litho, you want me to teach you? Then I'm like, yes, I want you to teach me because I don't know. And they were quite surprised that I don't know that stuff in communication. So having those kind of relationships where it's professional, yeah? And you can be professionally close, but not socially close. And I think we need to learn to appreciate those differences. So there are
Professional and socially.
yes, you can be close professionally. Dr. Litho, we have a book chapter we want you to review. Yes, please. We have this workshop, we want you to present a paper. Yes, please. Someone else will ask me and I say no, and said, let's so and so call her. Doctor, you know, it would really make a difference. We heard from me about this, I'll contribute. But now, if that person asks me for a birthday party or graduation for their daughter, most likely I will not turn up. Yes. So there are people I'm very professionally close to, and sometimes they invite me to their social things and I feel this is too personal. Or if I had to choose, I would definitely choose to spend that afternoon at home than go for this. Yes, I was like, no, bad timing. Yes. So I think we also need to learn to appreciate the different kinds of relationships. What is my relationship with this person?
Yeah.
We really need to understand that.
In fact, some best examples could be like 1, 2, or 3. 1, if you call me like at 3 a.m. in the night, why do I need to leave my sleep to answer your call? If you want help from me at that time, I first have to question my mind. Do I really need to leave my home at this time to go? Or can I do it for the sake? Can I put aside the money to repair my car and then I lend it to you to pay school fees to your son?
It depends on how we relate.
It depends on how we relate.
But to make this man I'm lending
actually,
you, I need to go to work. My car needs to be working. Because
yes, my car needs to. Why should I be on a border and rain hits me just because I had to
support you on
support you on? So
yes.
A lot of questions that I will ask myself.
Yes. So for me on that one, and school fees, death, marriages, those are one of the areas that
in fact,
either
those are one of the areas where you need to check yourself.
Yes, it tests relationships, but also where people cross the line. They think it is just okay for you to expect me, like, and another of the funny areas is like now us women shop a lot. We are not like you men. So sometimes there's a way we bond with these people we shop from. But imagine, maybe yesterday I bought a shoe considered relatively expensive. I was going to say the price, but let me not.
Juma will tell us.
Juma doesn't know. For other reasons. Okay, I'll tell you, men's shoes are very expensive.
Yeah.
A man's good shoes, it is really hard to find it at less than 150,000 going up. While women, because we have a lot of options, we have a lot of shoes at 30,000, 100, but we can even reach 200, right? So I've bought a shoelace of 100,000. Okay, let me go with 100,000 today. Then you're assuming, Patricia must be having money. She has bought a shoe for herself and for her kids. But it's school fees time. Then you send me a message. You even feared. I was with you in the morning. You feared to tell me. So you send me a WhatsApp. Hey, Patricia, please lend me 500 to pay tuition for my kids. Then I'm like, this is a really bad time. We are all paying school fees because I don't have that extra. Yes, but you don't know why I need these shoes. Yes, women, we always want shoes, but you know, there could be a good reason. Or this was unexpected money. You know, sometimes I'm called to present a paper. And I say yes, but I'm not expecting anything. Yes? So at the end of said, Dr. Litho, transport refund or your fuel. You'll give me 100 or 200. Now there's that shoe I was been eyeing. This is unexpected money, which ideally I should save, but me, I operate differently. Regular man, I plan for it. Unexpected money, normally I don't plan for it. So if you give me 100 transport refund, and for me, I had already agreed to come, meaning I factored in my fuel, my time, I'm giving it to you. Hey, so I'm happy. So this, I can spend that money on a want. You know, me and my sons, we have these conversations of wants and needs. I told them, I'm paid at the end of the month. So we must agree. What you're asking me, is it a want or a need?
Or a need.
A need, we must look for money for it. You're sick, school fees, a book at school, a new pen, those ones are needs. Yeah, we shall try to address them. But I want, Mommy, I want this, the latest
So-
what,
so-
this
so
what.
urgent.
Oh, yes, and they have a lot of those things they watch online. I said, no, that one is a what, that one is a want. Now, most wants, we address them either during holidays, but most importantly, at the end of the year. So I try to save for each of my kids. So at the end of the year, I go along with them, like, that is your account. You saved so much. Yes. So what did you want? Hey, then your money goes to your want. Yes. So now
Okay.
those kind of things.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Patricia. So I believe those who have been following right from the beginning, you must have picked some few lessons. So all in all, differentiate between numbers
And quality.
and quality. Sorry. You can do a simple experiment. You have a function, and in your budget, the people close to you cannot fund even 10%. Please check yourself. You have a burial, and you find that you find that you had around 10 people who came to dig the grave. Yes, they did.
No, I just wanted to well, maybe that's how you think, to correct a certain impression. You know, sometimes it's not about the physical money resource. To me, if I had like a burial or a wedding, and the people close to me who I know are struggling, can hardly contribute, maybe they contribute 10, 30, genuinely, I appreciate that. But then there are people who can, presumably, assumptions we make, and you see, because people have different financial disciplines, they say, I'll not spend more than this month on other people.
Yeah.
Yes, so
Yes.
now that one of digging the grave, if physically, I just need the physical support and people can do it and refuse, then yes, we check ourselves. So I think we should judge these relationships not just by money, but other sort of contributions that you could have made to support me. Yes. For instance, if I just need a transport to take my child at school, I don't have fuel, can you do that for me? Or you're going to tell me, no, I have a salon appointment. No. And I don't lend my car, I drive it myself. Yeah, people have their preconditions, yes. And yet, I have done a lot more for you. In my judgment, I've done a lot more for you. I've gone out of my way, done this for you, contributed to this, done what? But you clearly don't value it. It means I'm not your priority. Yes, your hair is your priority, which is okay. And that is why we must understand and define our different relationships.
All right. So we shall end it at that. Share your comments and views on the topic.
Yes,
We shall have to
and maybe what you would like to hear us talk about
next time.
Yes.
Yeah, but
yes.
to us, that's done for today. Thank you very much.
Thank you.